I am. It's great to be here. Yes, I missed you guys too. So much so. I'm afraid I'm unaccompanied. I have no Andy Berman right now, so you're just gonna get me. But that's okay, isn't it?
Yeah!
Well, that was pretty tepid, but I'm cool. I'm not delicate, you guys. It's fine. It's totally okay. Listen, we are about to have a spectacular panel discussion, and a small hour of conversation that you are going to enjoy tremendously. But enjoy the song first. Right, our panel is actually hosted by our very own Steve Franks.
Hello, people arriving. Hello.
Hello, Steve.
Hello, Tim.
How nice to see you. I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right.
Now, I'm learning as we go. I was supposed to be the moderator for the Kurt Smith panel, and so here's what I did that was wrong. I prepared questions. I'm not supposed to do that. You guys asked the questions, so that's what I'm going to do less of. But I do have some things that I want to do to get started on this.
Right, so at this moment we are inviting anybody who has questions for this panel to start to assemble. But Steve, what do you have planned for us?
Well, I'm going to have the audience ask questions. That's my...
Okay, good plan. Super easy.
But because I'm so enamored of all the people here, I'm going to go into the crowd for just a moment. Okay, so someone's giving me a Curly Whirly, which is the greatest candy in the history of candy.
And not only that, Steve, I didn't mention you. It came all the way from England. She came all the way from England to get
you know what? Here's the thing about Curly Whirlies. If you've never had one, it's like a marathon bar, which is a candy we had a long time ago. Yes, it's caramel or caramel. What do you say? Do we have to say?
I say caramel.
Yeah, it's.
I heard it.
What do you mean?
Caramel.
So, can you put that on the table for us? Thank you. So, because, here's the thing, it's so thin that the heat from your hand will actually melt it. So you have to be very careful about that. And so, thank you for that. I'm going to eat that at some point during the panel. And so, hello to everybody over here. Oh, look at this. It feels like I'm going out to get gifts right now. And I'm not. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give an elevated experience to everybody who's come all the way in the rain to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So thank you for coming. Thank you. Oh, Applejack shirt is very exciting. See, I'm doing photo ops here. How are you? How's everybody in the back? This is my friends there. I got a little pineapple here. It's very exciting. Thank you for coming. Thanks for this section. I love this section a lot. Hello out here. Hi to you. Thank you for being in the back. This is where I love to be. I love to be in the back. Do you know why I love to be in the back? Look at me. I block everybody. I'm the worst person to be behind at a concert.
We can see you so clearly from the stage, though, Steve.
Oh, I know. That's a great thing.
Yeah, that's what I love about you being in the back.
Honestly, oh, these are Band-Aids. Am I bleeding? Oh God, I'm worried. Okay, now here's the thing. If I put the Band-Aid in my pocket, the Band-Aid will then get folded up. But if I put it in my back pocket, that's like rude, right? And you don't like put someone's business card in your back pocket. So
wow, I didn't realize this was an etiquette discussion.
Oh, it is an etiquette. It's always an etiquette discussion. Hello, look at this. You have like your own area. Right here. Oh my God, no, I'm honestly not asking for gifts. I'm embarrassed by this.
What did you just get?
This one's a keychain that says, suck it.
You know what, I think that might be a good one for your back pocket.
I'm just gonna sit with these people right here for a little while. I'm gonna ask Jazz the questions from here. I hope that's all right. Are you bored with me already? No, okay.
Yes.
All right. Oh my God, look, okay, no, I feel like people are now just pulling things out of their lives and giving them to me. This is not what I'm here for. I'm just here to say hello and say hello to the sections. Is this the dance floor? Are we gonna do like a dance off over here? Because I like that we kept this area open and available. Thank you for coming. Row G, I like Row G. But yes, when I go to a concert, and I come to my seat, let's say you're the person behind me, and they see me coming down the aisle like this, excuse me, if there's kids here right now, the look on their faces, oh fuck. And so I will have a contract with the person behind me. I'll say, I'm so sorry that I bought my tickets a little bit before you did. You had no idea this was going to happen. I promise I will sit down the whole time unless the person in front of me stands up. Then I'm the one who's paying for my height, but it's, you know. So then I say, I will sit on the back of the seat, sort of like so hopefully it doesn't crack and break. And then, if they say, okay, that's great, if they have a problem with that, then they're screwed because I've done everything I can. So that's me. I promise I'm just going to go to the stage.
Yeah,
right
you can avoid this problem, by the way, if you just figure out what bands Steve likes, keep a list of it, and then just never go to those shows. Just think about that.
Be warned, if you go to a Rick Springfield concert, you have a good chance of having trouble.
We are ready to go make yourself.
We are ready to go. I was not vamping because one of the people was a little late. I wasn't doing that. I was just saying hello to everybody and collecting some curly whirlies. So today's panel is a panel that is somebody and a very special guest. And the somebody who is a somebody who's more of a somebody than anybody here would know is the multi-talented actress, writer, philanthropist, dancer, philosopher, Jazmyn Simon. Just a moment. Hold on, here we go. Hold on, Jazmyn. Here's a little trivia about Jazz.
That's my dancing.
Wait. Here's some trivia about her. Her microphone is number one. Number one that is the microphone. Okay.
My microphone is now.
Yes, there we go.
Thank you for being here today. I guess I have a guest. I don't know. Is my guest drinking water? I think my guest is thirsty. Should we bring out my guest?
Well, he's
a fake dancer. I am the real dancer. That's literally all I got. And he's a fake dancer. He might be doing a show in New York right now dancing. I don't know.
Which you should go see.
Yes, you should go see. He croons. He croons and he dances. Hi, Hinsey.
Does
my
he?
favorite.
Is it Chris Hinsey? Is Hinsey the
Chris
guest?
Hinsey. He is my, come on Chris, come on out! No, just joking. The guest is my very beloved husband, Dule Hill.
That's a handshake we've been working on since season 1. We added something every year. The coughing is my favorite part.
Please, welcome to my talk show.
Thank you very much.
My talk show hosted by Steve.
I'm glad to be here, you know.
Glad to be here with
the
you.
philosopher named Jazmyn Simon.
And if you haven't noticed, we are dressed alike.
Yes.
Get a little bonus about us. We always dress alike.
You try to coordinate.
We coordinate our outfits, we coordinate our cars.
That's true. Has anyone seen Boomerang?
Got to coordinate!
Gotta coordinate. Gotta coordinate.
But that is the truth.
You gotta pop that.
We don't go that hard. There's children in the audience. When one of us is getting dressed, the other one says, what are you wearing?
Yes.
It's usually me that has picked the clothes first.
Yes.
And then my dear husband says, what are you wearing? All right, I'll wear some khaki too.
Yes. She pulled out the black last night. I said, you know what? I'm going all black too.
So there you go. Also, that's all I packed.
And that's also what Wesley Snipes said, though. Wesley Snipes said, always bet on black. That's what he said.
He did say that.
And I have. Come on, man.
You will see me tomorrow in a black sweater because I have a 5-year-old at home and I had to rush with my packing.
I did not bring a black sweater, so I will be in all blue tomorrow.
Aww.
Yes.
Aww. Should I Uber something? I need to Uber a blue sweater. Okay, we'll talk about it later.
If anybody has a blue sweater, they can.
I'm small or extra small. Holla at me.
Holla back at you.
Holla at you, girl.
I have a blue sweater, but it's American tall, extra large, and extra tall.
That would come down to my shin
It would
bone.
look like a choir robe.
Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Anyway, we're so happy to be here and see all of your beautiful faces.
Yeah. Appreciate you all coming out. This is lovely. You know, we're having the psychos together and everything.
Yes.
You know, us getting together, telling everybody to suck it, tacky.
Suck it. He rehearsed last night. He was like, suck it, suck it, suck it, suck it. And you think I'm kidding, but I'm not. You did. You did last night. I was like, are we ready? And you were like, yeah, suck it, suck it, suck it. And I was like, come on, son. Can you start that one? But he did it. Suck it was the one he practiced with, so you did. Anyway,
I don't know if that was for the audience, maybe.
He practiced. The point is he loved you guys and he wanted to get the pitch just right. Come on, son.
All right, so this morning, I made a terrible mistake, and I prepared a bunch of questions, and I realized, you guys know this, the audience and I were talking a little while ago. I realized that the fans have all the questions here.
Good.
But I do want to know one thing.
Okay.
And this is what's really interesting about this panel to me. It's like married actors on the set at the same time. How does that work, and who does what, especially when you have a small child? And that is it's hard enough on set to be learning lines and being prepared to go back and forth and do all that. How do you do that when you're in the same thing at the same time, especially, whether it be Wonder Years? Let's hear it for the Wonder Years, by the way. Or, Psych, I don't know if you're familiar. So how does that work?
So, we make it work. So it's not easy being two actors, but it's not easy having two working parents at all. So you can replace actors with teachers or garbage men or garbage people or whatever it is. Two people work, you have to figure it out. So what we do is we are fortunate enough to have a nanny to help us. And usually if we're both working, she will come with us because especially on Psych or the Wonder Years, our scenes were together. So one of us is not home to take care of Levi. So we do have help. And if we're not on the same show, then we tag team that thing.
That's right. The thing about when we're on the same show is Levi, like our daughter Kennedy, we're both big fans of the craft services table.
Yeah, their favorite.
So they don't mind coming to set as long as there's some free food and free snacks. So
they love free snacks.
Yes, they do.
And so Levi, actually on the Wonder Years, I wish we had a projector. I would show you the photo. Levi sitting with his mic. He's like, has his Mickey Mouse headphones on.
Yep.
Watching us work. And he was on set and he just sat there silently and like watched us do it.
He was right behind the camera. There's like one scene where we're in the basement on this.
Singing. They made me sing, y'all. Oh my God. I really sang it too.
And I was very impressed. He was very quiet. He said, you're about to go, so you can be quiet. He was maybe, 3 at the time?
3 years old.
He sat there with his headphones on and was just like.
It's so cute. It's so cute. I will say neither one of our children want to be actors though.
No.
They will just like snacks.
Yeah.
So it's very, you're shaking your head. It's very smart. They just want the snacks.
Right.
But it is not easy. We miss each other when we're away.
Correct.
But we make it work.
Yeah, man. I think when you go into this industry and you know that you're with somebody who's also in the industry, it's kind of a part of the process. It's like an unwritten agreement where sometimes you will be away, sometimes I will be away. If we're on set together, then we have to have, we have to stay jazzy about it. Not playing on Jazmyn's name.
No pun intended.
You have to kind of go with the flow. Because the job will come up and all of a sudden you have to go, or I have to go, or maybe we both have to go. And we got to be able to just figure it out. It's very hard to be rigid with your structure when you are in an artist family because our world really does move so much. We shot Ballers in Miami. Wonder Years was in Atlanta. Raising Dion's in Atlanta. Psych is in Vancouver. You really don't know where you're going to be.
We're just happy to work, and we're thankful for people like you that continue to watch our work, because without you guys, we're just shooting in the dark. So really, thank you so much.
There you go.
And now let's hear what questions you guys may have for these two very talented people. So let's start on the left side.
Last convention in Chicago, you guys mentioned that you've been really into watching Drive to Survive on Netflix.
Yes.
So my question is, if you got to choose one F1 driver, past or present, to appear in the next Psych movie, who would you choose?
Now this is going to shock you, but it's going to be Lewis Hamilton for me.
Yeah.
It's because I'm not trying to kiss the person. I just want him in the show.
Yeah, she wants him in the show and wants him to be my competition in the show. And then he might win part of the competition for at least a little while.
Yeah, and then it's just a kiss on the cheek once he wins.
You know what I mean? She might trip and turn her face by mistake. You know what I mean? I'm a big fan of Lewis Hamilton, obviously.
Pick somebody I want to see. Pick somebody I want to see.
She said, I would say Leclerc.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now let me tell you, guys all know I like Leclerc. That's my guy.
He's a real cool dude. I like Leclerc a lot. Say that fast 3 times.
So I just want you to know this is why he's a good husband, because he knows that I like him. He didn't make me say it. He said it.
You see what I'm saying? I thought what she was going to say was, did you all know that Halle Berry is now part of F1? And that's I thought that's what she was going to say.
That's the next time.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Hi, I actually have a question, but it turned into 2 questions, one for each of you, if that's okay.
Yep.
Jazmyn, as a woman, as a mother raising boys, I wanted to ask you what you think is one of the most important things for helping raise honest, empathetic, really good men.
That's a super good question. So I'm almost 6 years into raising this little man. And the most important thing that I've taught him so far, in my opinion, is that it is okay to cry. I think a lot of young men, let's give a round of applause. We noticed early on, we are very vulnerable people. We are very loving with our children. And when Levi was 1 year old, we were both shooting shows in Atlanta, and he hurt himself, and he got upset, and then he pulled it back. And Dule and I are like, did he just stop himself from crying? Like this 1 year old, we didn't teach him that. What taught him that? And so at a very young age, we taught him that it is okay to cry. Because I think one of the things that men are taught is that they have to hold it all in. And that is so toxic. It's like you have emotions. We were born with the same emotions. No one person carries their emotions the same. And so for us, we want him, whatever he is feeling, to have the right to feel it. Now, I will tell you, he has cried over a donut before, right? You know where I'm going with this. He has cried over a donut, and I'm like, bro, you need to stop crying. You cannot cry over the donut. And then he looked at me and said, you said it was okay to cry. And so, boom, boom, boom. But that's it. It is okay to cry. Men, it is okay to cry. Let it out.
And I do want to add to that too, because the second thing that we have taught him, and especially his mother's been very vocal in teaching him, is that always protect women.
Always.
I think something that you learn, the things you learn at a young age go with you throughout the journey of your life. So as you can plant those seeds, and one, just being there for people in general, but also being a boy. As you become a man, you should be a protector of women, not an abuser of women. You know, it's either one side or the other. You can't really be in the middle. So that's just something that I think is very important. That you're always there. You're always there for the ladies, man. Make sure your mother, your sister, and even other women who you don't know, you're always there for.
And he's little. He's like a little shrimp. I mean, he's growing now. He is 40 pounds soaking wet at almost 6 years old. He's like a little dude. And we're like, you gotta protect women. This little dude can't protect shit.
But I will say
but his heart is mighty. And like a little girl was getting tugged at school. Like somebody pushed his little friend down.
He was pulling her hair.
Oh, pulling her hair. And he stepped in.
Yeah, he ran across the playground.
And like pushed the boy.
Yep.
So then we get an email like, hey, hate to tell ya, he pushed a friend because the friend was pulling hair. And we're like,
when he told us, we were like, good job.
Right.
Good job.
And then my second question, slightly less serious, is for Charlie Young.
Yes. Yes, Madam President.
Well, first I'd like to know what's next.
Ooh,
but
yes.
given your close relationships with your West Wing cast members, with your psych family, how have you not brought on Allison Janney as CJ Craig doing the Jackal?
Oh man, it would be phenomenal. You know, Allison is like the only actor I know who's not, you know, who's always booked and busy.
Booked out.
She's the busiest actor that I know. I would love to have Allison join us on Psych. However, you know, she's busy on, you know, what's the Palm Royale, Diplomat. Then she's doing this. She has a movie coming out. You know, it's like
We can't even see her on a weekend.
exactly. But I do. We both. I mean, our family loves Allison dearly.
Can I tell a funny Allison story? I'll make it so short.
Sure, yeah.
Our son is obsessed with Allison.
Oh yeah.
Same one, Mighty Heart.
He calls her Auntie
Audie. He only knows her as Auntie Audie. He has known her since like a week old. She came to visit him when she 1 week old. And since his whole life, he is obsessed with her. We are driving him to school a couple of months ago, where Dule and I both take him when we're in town. So we're driving and we're on Sunset Boulevard, and he looks to the right. Mama, Dada, why is Auntie Audie up there? And it was a huge Diplomat billboard. And we're like, oh! So here's the thing, Auntie Audie is an actress. And he was like, this is his face. For the rest of the car ride,
He was shook.
he couldn't believe that Auntie Audie, he has no idea how cool she is. He just knows she makes him popcorn
Every time he goes by her house, she's making popcorn for him.
with good olive oil.
It's like, you know how Mama and Dada, you know how we're actors? She's an actor too. Well, she's
Different.
much better at us than us.
You know, way more, you know,
It's the
that's lame.
same, different. Anyway, she's busy, that's why.
Yeah, you never know, but one of these days, you never know.
Thank you so much.
Rob Lowe too, he's another one, you know what I mean?
Years cool behind.
Years ago, we talked about having Rob, you know, trying to get Rob to be
Mr. Vic, I think at one point.
I would not put, we're gonna still hold on to Rob.
You just never know. You just never know, like Rob, you know what I mean? Come on, Val Kilmer was on the show, man. You can be on the show. Come on.
Hi, my name is Autumn. I wanted to say that I love you guys as a couple. Adorable. You guys are like what everybody strives to be. Just amazing. My question is for Dule. You've had dozens of nicknames throughout the show, so much so that in the show you asked Sean to like run them by you. What nickname stands out the most as your least favorite or most favorite, and are there any that you refuse to do?
Oh, I don't think there was any that I refused to do. No, I don't know, and I don't even know if I can say I have a least favorite. That's my favorite is Silly Pants Jackson. That's my favorite because that was one of the early ones, and I like the idea that was like the spark that started the fire. Because if I'm not mistaken, O'Day just did that off the top of his head in the middle of a scene, and afterwards I was like, "What did you call me?" And that started the whole thing. But my least favorite, Steve, what would you? I don't know.
At the beginning, they were, you know, there was like Peter Panic might have been the first one in the second episode, and then we didn't know it was a thing at that point. So some of them were like, hey, the camera's rolling, quick, come up with one, you know. So I don't know. I mean, it's hard. I mean, we're just not negative people, so we don't like to go to the negative.
Oh, sorry.
They're all our babies.
You know, I actually look forward to it because I would, especially when we started getting into me, I guess, acting out whatever it was. Like Bad News, Marvin Barnes?
Yeah.
Right? And I was saying, I have bad news. Things like that. You know, I saw somebody had on a shirt today saying, potential spam calling. I'll call back later. So I really started to enjoy acting them out. I don't have a negative one. I don't think so. And maybe in the movie the fourth movie we'll get a negative one in there.
We'll make it extra bad.
We'll make it really
just for
bad.
you.
Steve will offer up one and I'm like, I'm not doing that, Steve. Why? So next convention I can say there was one I didn't like. That's why. I'm not doing it. Move on.
I almost just gave away one of the ones. It's in the 4th movie script.
Oh, really?
Ooh, yeah, no, we don't want to do that because then it's tainted. We can't use it anymore.
You know what I mean? But then they would be here to hear it, you know what I mean?
Exactly. It's true. It's true.
Hey guys, I'm Amanda. And first of all, I'm missing a Friday night karaoke with the cast of Supernatural in order to see a play in New York City.
Hey, come on.
I'm very sad. So my question is, if you could join any of the following shows of 911, The Last of Us, or Law and Order, SVU, which one would you pick and why?
Dun dun.
Well, we know her answer.
Dun dun. Law and Order is an institution. You know what I mean? Like, it is long lasting.
That's true.
And I bet their residuals are really good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm Law and Order all the way, honey. I like longevity.
You know, I'm gonna go with The Last of Us. Yeah. And really, just because of Pedro Pascal. He's just such a phenomenal actor, really and truly. I would love to be able to share the screen with him. That would be a lot of fun. But then again, you got Angela Bassett on 911, right? So yeah, so I'm gonna go with Last of Us.
I want you to go, yeah. I want you to go Pedro so I can listen. You know. Hi, Mr. Mandalorian.
Thank you. Thank you. And Pedro is nicer than you think. I met him last year.
Oh, well, thank you. That's right.
By the way, I have to give extra credit for that question because that was 3 shows that shot in 3 different places. In New York, LA,
That's true.
and up in Canada, Manitoba.
Oh, Manitoba, ooh, that would be a tough one.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So location-wise, it's definitely Law and Order. Yeah, location-wise, you know what I mean? It's New York.
So that
Pedro trivia, didn't Pedro go to NYU?
Yes, he did.
Along with, not at the same time, but
Yes.
it might have been at the same time. James Rodriguez. They might have overlapped. Pedro's friends with a friend of mine who I know went to school around the same time as Rodeo.
That's a question someone needs to ask tomorrow at the Greatest Romance panel.
Yeah.
4:30, I think.
You guys got that one?
Yeah, here we go.
All right, who's over here?
Okay, so my name's Hudson, and I have a question for Dule.
All right.
What's your favorite psych memory?
My favorite psych memory?
Kissing me,
Well,
obviously.
of course. I mean, come on. That's a given. We're not gonna, I'm gonna be my second favorite psych memory. You know, my magic had told me that's what you really meant. So, you know, ooh, that's a hard one. Honestly, I think my favorite psych memory is being on the pilot with Rodé and Steve and Henzie, and when we taped the first psych out with Rodé doing the wrap up. Because it was, you know, and I was behind Rodé, and he said, you know, you want to make a change. And I was like, gonna make a change. Because it was us just being ridiculous and having a good time. And the fact that turned into these psych outs that we did throughout the run of the show was really something special. So I was, oh, no, I got a better answer. Nope. My favorite memory is when we did the second psych movie and Tim Amundsen came back on set. That really was amazing. You know, and Rodé and I actually had dinner with Richard Schiff the other day in New York, and Richard was on the set that day. And he even touched him, just seeing all the love. That was the moment of the show that you really saw all the love that had been built up over the years among the cast, the crew, and everybody in between. So that's my second favorite moment.
And if you want to see grown men cry, watch Tim Almond, or if you've been there that day, we all stopped everything we were doing, and when Tim came onto the set, we all gathered in the foyer of the building, and as he came in, we all sang to him, and it was
beautiful.
Tears everywhere. It was the most overwhelmingly emotional moment we had, and it was just a testament to the strength and power that Tim had to get back to that point, to come up there, and it's the reason we written the whole thing around that, and it was truly one of the great moments of all time.
Yep.
What about Jazmyn biting your nose?
Right, I was like, I gave him so many opportunities to say the amazing, but it's fine. It was kissing. Thank you, sweet boy.
Nice to meet you both.
Nice to meet you.
My name is Kyle, and I'm from California. So with the running bit of Gus trying to find the one throughout the show, how was it for both of you to come together as Gus and Selenay in the psych movies?
I mean, I'll say for me it was great. That first scene that Jazmyn did inside the morgue, was the first scene that you shot?
I shot the planetarium.
Planetarium, but then the scene where in the morgue, where where Gus was getting Gused. I mean, I was like, finally, like Gus has met his match. The fact that it was Jazmyn delivering all those goods, like it had me to Pluto Beyond and back. Like I was thrilled.
I was nervous, obviously. You guys had such a long-running hit series. He had so many almost love interests in the series, and so for me, I just remember Rodé texted me, and he was like, "Are you down to do this?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, I'm down to do this." And once I read the script, I cried laughing, and I kept calling her Celine. Do you remember, even on set, I was like, "I'm Celine." They're like, "No, you are not. You are Selenay." And when we shot that first movie, that scene was first. The planetarium scene.
Correct,
and I was like, y'all are gonna throw me into the deep end? Oh my, I'm so nervous. And everybody was so lovely, and it was so fun. And in my opinion, that morgue scene is the funniest thing that I have ever done to date. Like, to date, it is like such character acting. It was so good, the writing was so funny. So it was really special for us. Yeah.
Loved it. Good things come to those who wait. That was like
a lot of seasons.
A lot of seasons. A lot of failed relationships. A lot of murderers.
Psychos, and not in a good way.
Thank you. God bless y'all. Hi, my name's Maggie. I was wondering, what was your guys' favorite like movie or song reference that you did? I know Dule, you dressed up as like both Prince and Michael Jackson, and also like the previous holiday stuff. I was just wondering if you guys had like a favorite movie or song that you referenced during the show or the movies.
Well, I mean, for me, it's got to be Michael Jackson. It's got to be American Duos. I don't know, Penny Loafers, I had a Jerry curl. I got a chance to do a moonwalk in front of a crowd of adoring people who were just like, screaming how brilliant I was. I mean, yes, they were part of the production and they were supposed to do that, but
they were paid to do that.
But they were doing it nonetheless. And then John Landis had directed that episode. And John Landis actually directed Michael Jackson in the Thriller video. So that was so surreal for me. This is wild. This is crazy. So that by far is my favorite.
I will say my favorite was I Feel Like Someone's Watching Me, which I had to direct from our house.
Correct, yeah.
You directed it. I was the camera person during COVID. They shot that video, and he was Prince once again in our backyard. So that was pretty special for me.
I remember Rodé was like, I'm off to the left like this. Okay, and I would go in my backyard and be like, okay, well, I'm gonna
hand off that way too. And then I got bit by a bunch of bugs because I was standing in the middle of an unfinished backyard filming you in a Prince costume.
Yeah.
And then I put on the Prince costume.
That's right.
Oh, I sure did. Damn, I forgot. Okay, thank you. That was my favorite.
And somehow Rodé got me to hop into a shower with my sweatpants on.
Yes,
so sweat out there.
And then we had to shoot it from around the corner. Yeah, we were cinematographers that day. It's fun. 2020 was a fun year.
Hello, my name is Evie, and I just have a question for Dule. How did you and James come up with the idea for cuatro quesos dos fritos?
Ooh, that's a very good question. Steve, do you know that? I don't know the answer to that one.
Well, we were always trying to come up with the craziest food, and Tori Walker had written the script for that episode. That was that the Martha Coolidge episode? I think so.
Don't get me to lie.
Super lies, but and so we had a lot of discussions in the writers' rooms. What would be the most, not only over the top, but the most disgusting thing that you could eat and works for you, and then as we started making it crazier and crazier, it started sounding good. And I realized if you start with what's disgusting and like, oh wow, this could be good, and so it was a lot of discussion. And then what was unbelievable is people went. We thought no human can make this, and people actually made this recipe over and over again and shared it on the internet. Sometimes also confirming our initial suspicion that it's disgusting. And some people claiming that it's amazing. So it came out of the writer's room.
Different taste buds. Everybody's got different taste
And what's funny is like, the guys actually are fairly healthy eaters in terms. It's we're the ones who are terrible at eating. I love food. I'm driven by food. I would be considered a foodie if I didn't love chain restaurants so much.
So, I didn't try it until one of the movies I had to eat it.
When you were in that drawer.
Yeah.
You guys know. He's in that drawer.
How many people in here have tried or made cuatro quesos sofritos?
Oh yeah.
Oh, look at that. Would you say it's delicious or not?
Add bacon. Add bacon.
Add bacon.
You heard that? Add bacon.
There it is. Okay, there we go.
Try it.
And have you guys ever even tried to make it, or just no?
No, I've never tried to make it.
I mean, he's not the cook in that.
Yeah, and you don't want me to try to make it. You really don't. Not if you want to see tomorrow.
Our son doesn't really like cheese, so we don't really make a lot of it. Even though he eats 2 cheeseburgers every Friday from In-N-Out, but that's a different
So my name is Caitlin, and so the Zoom marriage/birth scene in Psych 3 is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And I was wondering how much of that was your idea?
I think none of it was my idea.
None of it was my idea. Let's look to see. James is not here, so it was one of their manic minds that came up.
The verse, when James and I break up the stuff, and I said, I have an idea for the verse scene. It's going to be the craziest thing that I've written. James has written a lot of crazier things, but for the most part, and then James, of course, we just send the script back to each other and add crazy things, and then if the other person takes it out, you can put it back in once. And then if you put it back in, that person knows it means something. If you take it out again, it's a discussion.
Unwritten rules, guys.
But I just thought...
If only Congress could work that way.
But we worked to this moment for the show, and the fact that we were them in the locked room, and it's just, to me, we took a couple days to shoot it because it was impossible to do it all in one day of our schedule because it goes on for 10 minutes. But it was...
I almost fainted at least 6 times because you can only breathe that hard and that fast without actually losing air. I was like, wait, I'm gonna die for
And I was honestly, this is a good set story because I was so concerned about Jazmyn because we'd gone through it and we blocked it out, and I was like, we got it down for 3 days, and like the first take, you were just going for it and yelling, and I walked over and I said, hey, don't worry about breathing so much, and especially don't worry about your voice, and I'm like, I'm not telling you how to have a baby.
Because I just had one.
And I said, but you have to believe me, this is going to take so long.
He said, you almost died once already. Please stop.
And I can't believe, you really gave more than you should.
I can't half do it, guys. I have to all the way have a fake baby for Kurt Smith to see, obviously. It was fun though.
The greatest thing ever that happened is, sometimes we don't get to, because the writer's room and the editorial's down in California, so a lot of the guest stars I don't ever meet because I'm doing my other job down there. And I never met Ray Wise in person. And Ray Wise, I finally met him on Zoom. We were doing the sort of overdose of the ADR that we have to add to it. And at the end, Ray said, hey, can you just roll back the scene? So we're on Zoom, and I watched his face this close, watch the entirety of that scene.
I forgot that it was him because I was dead.
And to see this man who I admire so much, crying with laughter and just like, oh my God. Oh, it's just like, it's one of the greatest moments of the entire run for me.
It was a lot of work. They rolled me through a building on that wheelbarrow.
That's right, yeah.
I was like, James, Dule, please. It was a lot of fun though.
It was.
That was a lot of fun in a locked room. Don't try it.
Real quick, going back to the Alice and Jenny question, have you done like the like writer producer panel yet? Has Henzi been up here yet?
No, we have that tomorrow.
Ask that same question to Chris Henzi, please, because I'm gonna get you a little secret. The exec producer of our show, Chris Henzi, is also the manager of one Alice and Jenny.
Surprise!
So just ask that question to Henzi, please. Thank you.
Yes. He
You're
just
welcome.
left you. He was there, right there. Now he's poof. He's dead.
Hi, I have another Formula One question. So now that Hamilton has moved to Ferrari to be with Leclerc, do you two root for Ferrari, or if not, what's your favorite team on the grid right now?
Ferrari.
Well, should Pluto always be a planet? So then there you go.
It is a dwarf planet. It's 8 planets in Pluto. So anyway, yes.
Hey, my name is Jeremy from Tampa, Florida, and Dule, you inspired me to take tap dance lessons.
Hey!
So I've been doing that for about 4 years. Your cramp roll that you taught Tim on that episode kind of put me on that path. And Jazmyn, I wanted to know if you had a skill you'd love to see your character do in the 4th or 5th or 6th or 7th movie.
What am I good at?
First of all, I like where you're going with this. 4th or 5th or 6th or 7th.
The eighth movie? You know what? I am a baker. So how do we incorporate Selene baking? Because I can make a heck of a pavlova real quick. Anybody had a pavlova? It is my favorite, most beautiful, light, fluffy dessert that I make. I need her to knit or bake.
Well, there's a great bake-off. It's some murder happens.
Oh my gosh. Can you put that in your mind?
Oh my God.
The great Vancouver, Santa Barbara bake-off.
I'm already getting hungry just talking about it. So that's great.
She's gonna bake. And I should tell you that I do not know how to tap dance. And he has given me tap shoes.
She does have tap shoes, though. She has tap shoes, who are the shoes of the person who came on the tap episode of like Jason Samuel Smith.
Yes.
She has a pair of his tap shoes.
My rhythm.
His brand, not his tap shoes.
The rhythm that I have just doesn't work that way. You know, I have like dancing in the club rhythm. Not really tell my feet, my left foot to do it, my right foot is doing rhythm. Do you guys understand? It's like my left, he always says, but can you do it with your left? And I'm like, no, I cannot. I can't, so I'm gonna sit down. Maybe I'll try next time I see you, I will do a cramp roll?
Cramp roll. Yeah.
For me, it would be a cramp roll.
She's like a crip walk?
A crip walk?
That's a LA thing. No, I'm talking about a cramp roll.
Okay, I'll try. I hope the next time I see you, I will know a cramp roll, and then we will come together and do our cramp rolls. Okay, there we go. Okay.
There you go, I see you. Come on now.
Okay.
There you go. All right,
Jeremy, is it Jeremy? That's correct. Okay, Jeremy, I have a question for you. Have you ever been to my favorite Spanish restaurant in the world, which is in Ybor City, just outside of Tampa, Colombia?
The Columbia, absolutely. Wonderful. Yeah, 1905 salad.
The 1905 salad is the greatest salad ever created by human beings, and you can actually go on their website and they will ship you the ingredients for this. This is one of the most amazing foods I've ever had. And I mean, it's,
what is this place?
It's called Colombia Restaurant. There's about 4 or 5 of them throughout Florida.
My brother works in Tampa. I'm gonna tell my brother about this thing.
Yeah, the 1905. Look it up. Go on the internet. Look up the 1905 salad. It is so spectacular. So many flavors happening at the same time. And as soon as she said Tampa, that's all I've been thinking about.
I think if my wife could ever leave me for food, it would be for a Cuban sandwich. There we go.
Oh, I love it. Who's hungry?
Thank you, Jeremy. Now I'm ready. Okay, over on this side.
Hi, my name is Christine, and I have a question for Dule. How long did it take you to teach Lassiter to tap dance?
Ooh. It didn't take that long, I don't think, with the sets that we were doing. Because we only had like a few days before we started filming the episode. So it didn't take that long at all. Tim, he's a very quick learner, you know what I mean? A very quick learner.
He's a singer and a dancer.
That's true. You know, and let's not forget that he did that, what's the,
Gallivant.
No? Look, there it is. Look at the Irish. There it is. Yep. So you know, we already had a foundation to work from. So there we go. It didn't take that long at all.
My name's Kate. I'm from Missouri, and I got questions for Jazmyn and Dule. So, Jazmyn, what's your favorite Juliet moment? Because you guys spend a lot of time together in the movies. And for Dule, what was your favorite season and season finale to be in?
My favorite Juliet moment is when she got that boyfriend and made Sean really jealous. Which, you guys know what I'm talking about. It was like, he was rich. Yes.
Exactly.
That was my favorite because I'm like, get it, girl. Get it, girl. Don't wait for Sean. Sean is playing games. You have to step out on him sometimes. And then I love when they got engaged, and I was like, okay, girl, you can stay with your man. Okay, but I love when she got her a different boyfriend and really rubbed him the wrong way. Ladies, don't wait too long. If he's not right, you gotta move on, okay? And if it's meant to be, it'll be. We're just teaching our little, we have like an older daughter, right? And we're telling her, don't do this, girl. Take that job.
Oh, right.
Get that boy.
Yes.
So,
it's our like our chosen
chosen
child.
child. Yes, she's 30, so she's way too old to be my daughter. However, I love her like she is one.
Yeah, it's funny, you guys were there, you were talking, Jazmyn has this idea of us like watching shows and recording ourselves watching shows because that's exactly how it is when we're home.
You guys
She's like, get it, girl, get it. You don't gotta wait, you think like she's just doing it right here. No, that's us.
I swear, I told you, like, we need to get those little microphones and not say that it's him and I, and just record it and put it somewhere. You guys would die of laughter. This is us watching TV. Action. Oh my, push pause. Can you believe that they just did that? No, dude, I don't know why they wrote that like that.
I don't know either, I don't know.
Do you think that they would really do that?
There must be something I'm missing.
Okay, push play, push play. Push pause. Oh my God. No, that was not right. It takes us 2 hours to watch a 45-minute network.
Yeah.
It is the most entertaining thing, and I swear, but the only reason that we won't do it is because we also talk about actors. Like,
That was terrible.
Terrible. There's so many unemployed actors, and that's who they
Josh Molina got the job. Josh Molina got the job.
Oh, Josh Molina is doing this? Where's Brad? Call Brad. Anyway, maybe we'll put it out one day, anonymously.
Oh, me, that's right. Oh, the season finales. You know, first of all, a lot of times there's so many episodes, they blur together of what was where.
Yeah.
So I don't even think I even know. Was Scary Shade, was that a season finale?
Yeah, that was the first season.
There it is, that's it. That's it. I mean, come on, my foot got stuck. I mean, like, clean the belt. And that was like one of the early ones. Again, I think I have a thing for a lot of the early episodes because it's what set us off on the journey. And that was one of the episodes where it was like, oh, we can be utterly ridiculous on this.
They're letting us do this?
Yeah, it's like we actually got that on the air. Oh, they should have never done that. They should have never done that. So that's probably my favorite season finale.
Thank you.
Wait, yeah, right. That's right. Work the laces. What? Sean!
Well, and you know, it's funny because, you know, we had this whole thing where they thought they were buying, when they bought the show, they thought they were buying like a monk companion.
Right.
And more than once, the studio executives, the high up people would say, how did you let them do this?
We're glad they did, right?
It's funny about that episode. Somebody had posted on Instagram, like it's a scene from that episode, and they had me rolling where I came out to the car, me and Sean, he goes back and he talks to Juliet, and I realized that the door's not locked. And I put my hand in, I hop in the car, and I take off. It was like, this show was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous.
Well, and that came out of how are we going to get the window down? And it was making a reflection, so it was like this opportunity.
Right?
Make a bit. Yeah, and the way you put the hand in there, oh, it's just perfect.
Oh God.
Good job, babe.
That's a great question. Thank you.
Hi, I'm
Gabrielle from Atlanta, and I just want to say I'm so grateful for you all being here today, and grateful for really all of the stages that you appear on. And you know, speaking of that King Cole, right? Like holding that door open. Because we see you doing it, and I want to say I'm grateful for it. But speaking of the play, I would love to know, as someone who's worked in stage, film, and television, kind of what are your favorite differences between the different mediums?
With the stage, what I love about the stage is that you have to do it. There is no redos, there's no retakes. You got to prepare, and when it's time to go, you got to go through the whole emotional journey of the story. And that's a different muscle than can I do it again? You know, or trusting somebody else to put all the right pieces together. So my first love is always the stage, but I do love television because you get a chance to see the character evolve over time. And I think if you're working with a brilliant bunch of creative people, then you will see that. If you're blessed to have many seasons of a show, the character who was in season 1 is not the same exact character that is at the end of the series. There's something that's challenging about that too, seeing the growth and the arc of somebody over the journey. And with film, I would say I'm not done enough film to be able to have an opinion on that yet. Talk to me in 10 years.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I'm from Virginia, and my question is for both of you. I wanted to know what's your favorite thing about working together?
Kissing. I mean, it's just, no, just joking. Someone asked me that at the autograph table, and acting is trusting your partner. You really have to trust the person, and usually, especially if you're just meeting the person, you have not a lot of trust back and forth. I trust Dule wholeheartedly, so it's really easy for me to act with Dule because it's just like, I know if I fall, you're gonna catch me. And so that's the best thing outside of kissing, that I trust him.
And I would say, for me, it's being able to be in that creative space with the person you love. Like to do what you love to do with the person that you love is truly an unbelievable gift. And I feel like Jazmyn is such a dynamic and brilliant actress. To be able to share that space, like we share so much of life together. You know, we parent, we're a couple, we live life, we do life together. To be able to get into that space and share like that energy is really, I just love each time. And we've been blessed to do it.
A lot of times.
Yeah, I mean, it's been Ballers, it's been Lockdown, it's been the Psych movies, and it's been the Wonder Years. Yeah. You know what I mean? She didn't have me on Raising Dion, but you know what I mean?
I did not have her on Raising Dion because it was a children's show and it was a scary monster there.
Yeah, but it was, I appreciate the journey that we are on creatively, and I look forward to seeing where it goes as time goes on.
I really love being your scene partner in Psych because his trailer is always better than mine. And so what I do is I tell wardrobe, can you put my stuff in his, and then I go in your reclining chair. So that's always fun for me.
That's true.
One of years ago, I was like, I'm gonna take my stuff in his room if that's okay. Just joking. He has the really nice trailer, ladies and gentlemen.
On those shows.
On those shows.
Yes.
Everywhere else is regular, degular.
Yeah. And we should also add, we're getting the timer now.
I feel like I'm on the Oscars.
We should also add that you guys have collaborated on the book together.
Yes. And I put collaboration in quotes, you know what I mean? Jazmyn is the writer in the family. What I've added is punctuation.
And he's like, apostrophes. He's really good at you forgot that apostrophe.
Like, baby, yeah, you missed an apostrophe. You can just now add my name to the co-written movie. As God's coming to the top. You know what I mean?
Danny, do you know that I am writing this R-rated Christmas movie and I added that line for my main character. So that is an homage and a shout out to all of you. And if God, it ever goes to a theater, you will go watch it and die laughing because it'll say, that's God's comma. And that's just
All right, speed round, we got 4 minutes.
Hi y'all, thanks for this. So real quick first, just to Jazmyn and Dule, A+ parenting, raising your son to actually feel and process his emotions. This is how you fix the future. Thank you for setting that example.
I appreciate that.
My question question is for Jazmyn. Your comedic sensibilities are up there with the best of the best, and improv is so in the DNA of this show. How much do you feel like you get to really spread your wings and bring ad-libs to your character there?
You know, I think that Steve and Rode are very generous writers. And so if anything doesn't feel right or something comes out, they go to Scripty and they add it on in. So I feel like they give us a lot of leeway to make the character our own. The thing about being an actor is that you put on the outfit, but sometimes you need to add a little brooch to make the outfit complete. And they are totally okay with anything that comes out. And so I think we're very fortunate. Some writers don't like that. But in this realm, they're very, very good at letting our freak flag fly. Thanks, Steve.
All right, next one. We got 2 minutes and 49 seconds.
Oh, good. Oh, we did it.
Was that it? Is that the okay, no, come on.
Oh, my
come
gosh.
That's it?
So I'm going to do a monologue for 2 minutes.
I want to say we're honored to be here, but also thank you all for being here.
Yes, thank you so much.
It's so good to feel the love. I hope that you all feel the love as well. That we greatly appreciate you all for supporting us over the years.
And accepting me over the years, you know. This is not an easy group to join. You guys love these nuts. But you guys have open-hearted and open-armed accepted Say Lene as a part of the family. So thank you so much. I call it the purist. I know that you purists like the series. I know that. But you accept me anyway. Thank you. Step out of the photo, ma'am. Like, please, step out.
And just to wrap this up, since you know, when you see these people on screen and you always say, are they like that in real life? That's always, you know, they always say you don't want to meet your heroes. If these are your heroes, you want to meet them because they're genuine and legitimate. And it's just good human beings to the core. And that's what makes this all work. And you know, it's easy to write these characters because they're giving so much love to each other because as people you're giving love to, and the crowd's giving love to us. And it's an amazing testament that we get to spend time together and experience all of this, and that's what the magic of the show is.
I will say that I got to marry Dule, and he is the absolute love of my life. In every life, he will be the love of my life. But I'm so fortunate because his friends are the bomb. Like I have become family with the West Wing cast. I fight him over Rode. I'm like, actually, that's my best friend.
Yeah, they actually text more than me, Rode.
We do.
Like, what's happening?
That is like my...
He'll tell me, yeah, you might want to reach out to Rode.
He's not having a good day today.
What? How do you know?
That is like truly and honestly my brother. Like I consider him, he's like, what up sis? I'm like, hey bro. I fight him over these people. And that is such a, like you're saying, it's a testament to how great these people are. Maggie and I send 8-minute voice notes.
Dude.
Like, I can't even listen to the voice note, Maggie, it's 8 minutes. I have to do one if I goes to sleep.
The other day, we were having dinner, and Alice and Jenny called Jazmyn to talk to her. I'm like, excuse me.
Because that's my sister.
It's like this.
We have a picture that Maggie painted on our wall.
Yeah,
you know, like it's like family. The things that you think and love about these people, like they are so real and so true. You guys are just really amazing.
We should get married. We should get married. And that's the end of it. Appreciate you all. Much love to you. Thank you so much.